Hey guys, John Faulkner here with Survival Dispatch, and today I'm going to introduce you to an event that we did back in September 6th and 7th. 5 of us went out for a 48-hour, no tools, no nothing survival challenge. We were up in Epworth, Georgia. It's on the Appalachian Trail. Me, Chris Weatherman, Alan Kay, and then we were joined by 2 guests of Alan's, great guys, Jason Salyer and Jason Patrick, and fantastic guys. Super squared away and funny guys to be around with. And I'll tell you guys, you know, we had a fantastic time doing this. It was difficult from time to time, but it was pretty much 48 hours with absolutely nothing but the clothes that we had on us, with the stipulation that we could not use our clothes as tools also. So, you know, there wasn't, you know, cutting shirts and making char cloth or anything like that. But within the 48 hours, we were able to build a shelter large enough for 5 guys, get a fire started with nothing but what we found you know, in the woods, get water. We were able to find a small little spring that we were able to get enough water for the 5 of us through. And then we did things like, you know, we made a bowl out of some white pine bark, so we were able to transport water, which you'll start to see as a very big thing. Without having tools, you know, a lot of phrases were said like, hey, can you pass me the good rock? You know, hold on, let me make a little bit more cordage for you. So we really started to find, you know, how just small, you know, little tools, man, if we just had one knife within our campsite, how much easier it would have been. But how you can get things done like boiling water, we were able to get that done with no tools on hand at all. So we're going to have a couple part series here. We really hope you enjoy it, and you know, come along for the ride and see how we got through 48 hours with no tools.
So there's not a lot here to thatch with. As you guys can see, this isn't like the greatest cover in the world. But it's what we have, and it's what we're gonna work with. So I'm trying to alternate these a little bit. Some are running this way, some are doing horizontal to keep them from sliding. It locks them in just a little bit. Because again, we don't have any cordage. Well, we've actually made a tiny little bit, but it is specifically for the bow drill and the fire attempt, which is to come shortly.
So right now what I'm doing is gathering some bedding materials, and these are really young white pines, and I'm just snapping the tops off the white pine. Yes, I am injuring a tree, but this tree will live on, and there are plenty more around to survive. But the white pine works really good for bedding because 1, it just smells lovely. 2, it's nice and soft and supple, so it'll be a little bit more cushiony on our back sides when we're sleeping tonight. Right up the nose. That's the worst.
We just put the pokey ends into the earth. And then once we get on here and start wallowing around, all this will get mashed down. In cold weather, I would put bigger stuff down first and worry about making it really, really thick. But overnight temps this time of year are not going to get too very cold. So this is just mainly for comfort and a little bit of insulatory value, because it will get cool, just not bitter cold. My favorite time of year is winter, man. I just love winter.
Me too.
Always have. Most people hate it, but I love it.
I love it.
You can get warm, but you can only take off so many clothes until people start laughing and feeling awkward. So I generally like to just do the thing, you know.
We talk about when we're out in the wilder places, you know, safety is a big thing, right? We want to be safe. We want to make sure we can come home the same way we went out. In this case, I came in bad. You know, I injured my back getting ready for a hurricane. Dorian that didn't occur in Florida, and I was literally in bed for 3 days leading up to this. So it's not comfortable at the moment. So I'm not having to simulate an injury. I've actually got one, and I'm just trying to be careful to not injure myself further, because I do want to go home, and none of these guys want to carry all this beautiful off the mountain, and I don't want them to, because they're my friends and I wouldn't do that to them. But you know, precious metals are heavy. You know, gold is dense, it's heavy, precious, but precious to me. So but in all seriousness, you know, injuries are legit. They occur, and it makes it so much more difficult to do things, and you got to be careful, you know. And this is, for us, you know, we're shooting this video for you guys, show you some things, hopefully teach you guys some things, entertain you a little bit too. So I don't want to further injure myself. We have to be realistic. This isn't real world. I'm not going to stay out here and kill myself. I'm not saying I'm leaving, don't get me wrong, guys. I'm just trying to make the point that, you know, we have to be careful, know our limitations, and not exceed them in the pursuit of recreation.
But just feel around, and if I feel any voids, I try to fluff it up. It'll compress, you know. And of course, if you're staying longer than just a day or two, of course, sometimes you don't know how long you're going to stay. Every day you do this, you keep doing it, and you keep doing it, and you improve your position constantly.
There's a big hole. Oh, yeah, well, right here.
Where? Okay.
Put some holes.
Normally I shingle this. The way I normally do it is I will make a row across the bottom until it's tight, and then I'll come half on and half off. But we had many people working on this and it just kind of got thrown on. But the correct way is do it in shingle fashion. First course across the bottom until there's no light. Next course, half on and half off, so it has that shingling effect. And you continue that all the way to the top.
Yeah, I heard that making a bed out of ferns keeps ticks and stuff off, but I don't know that to be true.
I think horse mint,
be our better bet.
we could use both.
Yeah.
Because horse mint's not going to be a good bed, and even these ferns here, these aren't like
They're real thin, yeah.
British Columbia,
Yeah.
you know. Take a lot of them.
Maybe we do hemlock boughs.
And white pine.
Hemlock boughs, white pine down, then
Ferns on top. And crush
Oh, that sounds cozy.
Yeah, crush the horse mint in there to keep the snakes and
Loft.
stuff. Yeah,
Lofty, yeah.
that's the way.
All right, here we go.
You guys, in the morning, if you put one hand here and one hand here, well, I can already tell the difference right now, but in the morning it'll be a very pronounced difference. You'll be like, whoa, you know. I'm glad we did that.
Walk in the room, you know, sit down and then they'll tell me who I am, what I got, what I do, what I'm fixing to do with it. I'll just go and bring a bunch of my fans and then have
My guy, he kicks himself.
yeah, they're gonna be all
And I look at the palm of my hand, and it's just laid open right here.